Hello everyone. Do you have a dog? I wish I had one. So cuddly and furry. And Sudha Murty ma'am wrote a book about a dog. It's called Gopi Diaries. This is part 1. And I am going to tell you this marvelous story about a dog and its different emotions. When I first woke up, I was surrounded by balls of white fur. These were my sisters and brothers. My mother felt annoyed that we all wanted her milk at the same time, but we all knew that she loved us a lot. Soon we began to explore and learned more about our family. And one day our mother had been out for the day, and 2 men entered. One had white hair and was old, and the other was young and happy. "Choose your puppy, Rohan," the old one said. The boy kept looking and said, "It's so hard to choose. All of them are equally adorable." Just as he said this word, he saw me. He picked up me, and I was very cute to him. I nuzzled his wrist and said, I'll adopt this one. I had no idea what this was, and he began to stroke me. I was very sleepy and so just fell asleep. When I woke up, I was in a basket. I peeped out and found the 2 of them in a car. "Drive slowly, Ajja. He is a bit scared. It's the first time he's alone without his mother," said the boy. Soon they arrived in a house, and 2 old ladies came out. They had a plate which had some fire on it. Get it away from me," I said meekly. "It has fire on it." But the 2 women didn't respond. They just said, "Welcome to your new home. We welcome you with Aarti." What is the meaning of Aarti? That was when one of the women called the boy Rohan. Rohan. That's what this boy's name was. The 2 women and Rohan went to the garden. Rohan introduced me to my new family. "This is Ajji," he said, pointing to one of the women. And then he pointed at the other woman and said, "This is your Ajji's sister, Tachi Ajji." Then he pointed at the old man at the distance and said, "That is Ajja, your grandfather. In that case, you are his appa," said Tachi Ajji. I was happy and barked. The next day, there was something ringing. I woke up startled and looked around. Ajji was holding a phone, and she said, "The girls are calling. They seem very excited." I didn't know that these girls were Appa's cousins. When they attended the call, they looked so happy and they said, "What a cute puppy." One of the girls said, "I think you should name him Gopi." "Is that because your name is Krishna?" asked Tachi Ajji. "Maybe," he added with a smile. "I think that name is good too," said the other girl. She said her name was Anushka and that girl was Krishna. No wonder they wanted to call me Gopi. Soon Gopi felt bored. So he was kept aside. They didn't tell him about his new name, that they had decided that Gopi would work. When he woke up, they all cuddled him and said, "Your new name is Gopi." Now I knew what they would call me. Soon I was given some milk. I was angry. I wanted my mother's milk, not this milk. But Tachi just smiled and said, I know you want your mother's milk, but this is not bad. If you don't want it, I will not force you. Encouraged by this, I took a lap of the milk. And it was so yummy that I lapped it all up. Yum, yum, yum. And Tachi said, burp, Gopi, burp. I didn't know what this meant, but I was cut off by a sound. Oh, he has burped, said Tachi. Good, Gopi. That means your stomach is full. Now I knew what burp meant. Soon they visited a doctor. Then I became friends with a man called Savant. He drove us there. And then, oh no, Gopi was given an injection. He began to squeal in pain. Tachi calmed him down and fed him some biscuits. And soon they took him outside after Ajji got my feeding schedule. But just then I wiggled free of Tachi's grip and turned and said, I will never come here again. Soon I met a girl who came. Her name was Shrishti Didi. Ajji said, this is Shrishti Didi. I could smell biscuits. Yum, yum, yum. I wanted to eat them. But Shrishti Didi said, not now, Gopi. After food, maybe you can have a few. Ajji didn't know how to handle me. But that won't be the case with Didi. Soon, I met two other girls. They were Krishna and Anushka. They had two pet puppies. They were actually fur toys. They were called Dolly and Molly. He wanted to chew them up, but he didn't. So after breakfast, as promised, Didi gave him some biscuits. And Savant came to take me for a walk. I didn't want to go with a walk with Savant, so I pretended to be sleepy. Didi stroked me on the tummy and said, Savant, be gentle, he is sleepy. Through his clenching of his tight eyes, Gopi shot Savant a dirty look. I thought it meant, how will you take me for a walk now? So I was put to sleep. Soon, Ajja's friend came home with another dog. The dog didn't talk very much. Soon I was very bored as I was on my own in the garden. I always had Ajji with me. So I began to talk to the dog. Hi, my name is Gopi. I like to play about and be with my friends. The dog replied, I'm Ruby. I like to be alone. I'm the opposite of you. Gopi was astounded. How can someone like to be alone? Ruby must have read his thoughts because she just said, don't worry, every one of us have different things and we should be happy with them. Soon, the dog left with its owner. Gopi wasn't that sad because he could always play with Didi, Krishna and Anushka. He began to chase things out of his garden. He was going to strike a butterfly when Ajji came at the right moment and said, don't you dare kill the butterfly, Gopi. The butterfly must have heard Ajji and understood because it flew away top speed. Gopi looked sad. He liked to hunt butterflies. It came to him naturally. So Ajji picked him up and said, Gopi, I feed you lots of food, but why do you harm these creatures? You should share your garden. Sharing is caring. I had learnt an important lesson today. That was when Ajji turned to leave. I didn't want her to go, so I bit her dupatta. Ajji turned around and took away the dupatta gently and said, Gopi, I know you don't want me to go, but I need to go to work tomorrow. You can come if you like. I was so excited. I went back home, ready to sleep. I couldn't wait for tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed the story, everyone. There are some pictures of cute Gopi. According to my point of view, Sudha Murty ma'am is Ajji. I'll see you in the next part of this beautiful series. Do get a dog. They are very cuddly. I hope you enjoyed Gopi's adventures in part 1. Thank you.